What's good with y'all, family? Today's video, we're going to be talking about how to get out of your own way for 2026. Listen up, bro. This video is ready to be clear cut, straight to the point. I ain't going to waste no time today. We're going to get straight to it. Now, listen up, bro. There's a lot of people watching this video right now that are asking themselves, what does 2026 mean for me? Right? What intentions am I bringing into this year? What energy am I putting into this year? What friendships am I taking in? Because you got to think, it's like the equivalent of you relocating, right? Or getting new property, right? Or doing something that's new and you're now cleansing and purging what was old to bring into the new year, right? Or anything new in general. So you have to ask yourself this question. The first question you should ask yourself is, what do I want for the new year? Right? Now, if you have to leave this video, go write this down in a journal, right? Go think about it, then do so and come back to the video. But that's the first question you should ask yourself, and the most important, because that's going to lead you to a sense of clarity. It's going to lead you to a sense of relief. It's going to lead you in a sense of direction, right? And then that question will later on be able to get answered. Bro, when I lie to you not, bro. This has been one of the most craziest, up, down, fantastic, emotional years that I've probably ever lived in my life, bro. And the ironic thing about it is life hasn't even really got started yet, bro. We've been through so much. We've experienced so much. We've thought so much, right? Not knowing that, bro, I'm only 20. Life has not started for me yet at all, right? Like, not really. Yeah, of course, you got responsibility, bills, you know what I'm saying? You got accomplishments, properties, all these different things, but you got to think about it like, life hasn't really started for you yet. You dig? So, even if you 30, 20, 25, 17 watching this video, and you got accomplishments, right, that you have in mind, you got things you want to do in mind, you got little imprints of things that you hold to value, this is that year, bro. 2026 is the year for clarity. 2026 is the year of understanding. It's the year of finding more purpose. It's the year of being around more wholesome individuals. It's the year of cutting off dead weight. Bro, I lie to y'all not, bro. I trimmed a lot of fat this year, bro. And I ain't just talking about body weight. I'm talking about friends. I'm talking about relationships. I'm talking about eating habits, right? I'm talking about a lot of different things, bro, that could have catapulted me, right, in the wrong direction. So now, where I'm going in this video is when it comes to this new year, bro, don't think about it like, oh, it's a new year, I'm going to stop this, I'm going to stop this, I'm going to stop that. Because you're not. Let's just be honest, you're not. You're overloading your brain by telling yourself you're doing all of these things at once, right? If you smoke right now, you have to slowly peel back those layers, bro. So if you roll up 3 times a day, roll up 2 times a day, right? And if you progressively are rolling up 2 times a day, take it back to 1 time a day, right? If you rolling up 1 time a day, all right, I'm just smoking on the weekends, right? And then when you realize that, oh shit, I went 5 days without smoking, I don't really need to smoke every day. You'll start realizing that maybe I don't need to smoke every weekend. Maybe I smoke every now and then. Or maybe I'll just stop smoking and see what happens, right? When you start doing things at a pace that you can see progress instead of just doing shit and expecting it to just roll over fast, you make way more progress that way. And it's way more consistent and stable, right? Unfortunately, right, I did everything really fast because that's how life, just was presented to me, right? I learned a lot of things fast, remembered a lot of things fast. I found myself pretty early, right? I did a lot of things that people normally wouldn't do at my age. I did it, right? Now, this could mean a lot of different things. I ain't really gonna go into all of that. But from my experience, right, doing things fast has only taught me that patience is key. right? I really believe that everything the Lord has in store for you is going to be given to you with patience, right? When you are patient with your health, you're going to get better. And you're going to get better because you're going to learn, right? So not only are you going to learn from your mistakes that you made, right? You're going to make better decisions, and you're going to be more of a better individual overall, because not only are you taking the time to look at all aspects and perspectives, you're giving yourself time to naturally heal, rather than saying, I'm going to just take this quick fix, right? And that's the same thing with toxic habits, right? I'm bored right now, so I'm going to call up somebody I know is detrimental, right? Or I'm going to just try to have some quick fun. Or I'm going to just drink some alcohol to get quickly drunk, right? Or I'm going to do something that's giving me something right now in this moment, rather than waiting, right? Waiting for the right individual to come into your life, because she'll be presented, bro. And I've said this plenty of times if you watch my channel. When it comes to dating, when it comes to courting, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to building real relationships, whether they be platonic or not, these things will happen organically, right? And there'll be something that'll be authentic, rather than it being something that'll be a form of self-sabotage or a manipulative situation, or it's just some negative bullshit, right? You have to sometimes open yourself up, right, to getting out of your comfort zone, right? Now, if you in the house all day, right, and you want to do music, but music is outside, right? It's at jazz clubs, right? It's at different functions, right? It's at different poetry slams. You got to get outside, bro. But the thing about this is, you don't go outside with the intention of doing something negative or derogatory to your health, mind, and spiritual divinity. You go outside and you stand on purpose, right? You go outside and be the example, right? I think for so long, bro, people have put themselves on this pedestal as to thinking that they're better than people. Just because you're doing something that somebody is doing doesn't mean that you're better than them. Just because you're making more money than somebody doesn't mean that you're more significant. It really doesn't, right? Because now you're living by society standards. And when you're a chosen one, bro, when you're one with the Lord, right? And when you're moving in your divinity, if you're looking to live the way society wants you to live, you'll fail every time. Because what's going to happen is you're going to try to meet those standards. And those standards sometimes just can't be met, right? But if you ask yourself, what do you want, right? When you pray, ask God, what are you considering for me? What do you want from me? What spaces do you want me to be in, right? Ask those questions, right? Like, build that relationship with the higher power to have protection over your life. So when you do the things like chasing your dreams, right? Like following your purpose, right? Like putting things in motion, whether that be business wise, whether that be a relationship, whether that be your friend group, your tribe, everything will align in an authentic fashion when you ask for things to do so, right? In the Bible, they say, ask and it shall be given, right? Just ask, right? Whether that be for advice, right? Whether that just be for direction, whether that be for a compass, whether that be for anything, right? Ask, right? I think, honestly, and I'm speaking from my perspective too, a lot of times we don't want to ask God. And I think it might be pride from a man's perspective, because we feel like we've already had enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I know that I'm so blessed that I really don't want to ask God for nothing. But I know that in order to continue my legacy, lineage, understanding, gain more wisdom, and do the things that I'm doing at a high level, I need guidance, right? Now, I don't think I was looking at it from a negative standpoint. I was looking at it from the perspective of, you've given me so much, how could I ask you for more? You know what I'm saying? And that's another thing too, where it's like, it could be a form of self-sabotage, because like I said previously, you have guidance, right? And when you're someone like me, right, like so-called an old soul and all of these different things, right, you may think that you have it all figured out, until life really shows you that, once again, you're just getting started, bro. Like, there's certain people that are in their 40s that are just living the correct way. They're just starting to be their true selves. They're just starting to take the mask off, right? They're just starting to get their shit together, right? Because it's like, if you're underwater for so long, bro, sooner or later you're gonna realize that I gotta come up or I'm gonna die. Meaning, if I have this persona on in front of my friends, my family, in my workplace, and all of these different things, sooner or later this shit is gonna cause me to die inside. And then sooner or later, the person that I was even portraying myself to be, I'm not even going to recognize that person no more, right? And the contrary to this is people saying that the real version of you, but sooner or later, the real version of you gets lost in the facade, right? So the person that you were before you decided to be so self-conscious about what you were wearing, what you were saying, how you were moving, that person is going to get lost in the facade that you are putting on for Instagram, for your peers, right? For your all of this shit, right? So I think honestly, no matter what age you at, no matter what stage of life you in, bro, the best medicine, the best way to go about anything is just being authentic, bro. And I promise you, bro. I'm saying this shit from the bottom of my heart. You will get everything that's coming to you when you are authentically being yourself. I promise you. Right hand of God, bro. If you are your authentic self, right? And you are just showing up as you, and you are being the highest version of that, that will lead you to the places that you need to go. You won't have to question it. You won't have to overanalyze it. You won't have to drive yourself insane, right? Thinking that you ain't working hard enough. Thinking that this ain't panning out enough. You might be killing yourself mentally, physically, and spiritually. Whole time, you doing all that you can do. But it's just never enough, right? Because that's how you work. And I know, nigga, because I'm that person. So you have to put yourself in a standpoint of like, yo, like, am I cutting myself off for growth by thinking about what's going on right now? Because what's going on right now will pass. Whatever I got going on, whether the world is ending, I got financial shit going on, my family situations, the economy is going crazy, like I got school shit, whatever. All this shit will pass sooner or later. Sooner or later, something has to get stable. Like when you in the gym and you working out and that shit hurt, you're going to leave that bitch sooner or later. Like you're going to calm the fuck down. Your nervous system is going to regulate. You're going to get back right. But right now, you in the fire. Right now, shit is hot. Right now, shit is uncomfortable. But you got to think, what does my life want to look like? What is the longevity of this, right? And when I realized that, bro, being disciplined is a lifestyle. But that doesn't mean that you can't live life, right? Just because I eat healthy, don't mean I can't eat healthy with my friends. Just because I work out, don't mean I gotta work out alone, right? Just because I make music, right? And just because I'm doing all of these different things, don't necessarily mean I gotta do them alone. And it don't mean I gotta be around 1,000 people, right? So to each his own, bro. But anything you do too much is always gonna become a detriment, right? You're around too many people, that's gonna cause you to not be as focused, right? Because you're always tending to someone else's needs. It's a lot of energy around, and it's just a lot of things going around at once. Same thing for being alone. If you're always alone, you'll never be able to see nobody else's perspective. You'll never be able to have a courtship with anybody, right? You'll never be able to express your humanity. We weren't meant to be alone. If we were meant to be alone, you would be here on earth by yourself. So just take heed to that, bro. Like, when it comes to this year, don't get into the same cycle of bullshit. Like, don't get into the same mind frame of I'm fighting my flesh, right? Or I'm in these stages. Even when spiritual warfare occurs, right? And life just hits you hard, very fucking hard. Once again, if you fighting a nigga, one of y'all getting knocked the fuck out, right? And if you show up every single day from the perspective of you're fighting, right? And what perspective that may be, whether that's physically, financially, spiritually, you're winning that battle, right? I think people get so lost in the fight aspect that they don't even realize that you're getting tested. Like, this is your challenge. And if you weren't getting tested and you weren't getting challenged, you wouldn't be a worthy opponent. So you got to look at life from the perspective of, okay, 2026 is going to be a year that I'm open-minded. 2026 is going to be a year that I protect my energy, right? 2026 is going to be a year that I take off the mask, right? And I just authentically be me, right? Even if I was being me, let me be more of me, right? You know what I'm saying? What I mean by that is, yo, let me go take this trip. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me go sit by the lake. and meditate. Let me go do something that isn't so-called societally accepted or some shit. But I want to do the shit, right? And I want to do it for me. I'm not doing it for the world. I'm not doing it for my friends, family. I'm not doing it for nobody. I'm just doing it for me, right? Because once again, it's you, bro. You make this world go round, right? You make this shit spin, right? People think, oh, my life isn't that important because of blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. Bro, but if you knew how important you were, oh my God. If you knew how significant you were, oh my God. If you knew how much your energy just brightens up people's day, just by you cracking a joke or just being around, like, bro, you are special. And no, you don't make 10 million a year. No, you're not driving a double S, right? And no, you don't have these materialistic items and all this bullshit that people put on a pedestal. And when they get it, they be even more fucked up. You don't have none of those problems. So you can be the freest you want to be. You can be the most authentic you want to be. Because it's all about what's up here, right? This manifests your reality, right? You manifest your reality. So go do that shit. Don't think about it. Don't talk about it, right? Don't overly project it. Just show up. Just show up, be yourself, and just shut the fuck up. That's all I mean, that's the best advice I could give you, bro. It's like, I think we just be so in our heads, bro. And I think I'm speaking from my perspective too when I'm saying this. Is like, you stop realizing that, bro. Like, the whole point of life is to live, right? Like, you be like, yo, I ain't doing this because of, or I ain't blah, 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 and do. But it's like, bro, the whole point of life is to live. It's to have experience so you can speak on things, to do and to not do, right? Things to go towards and not go towards. But if you ain't never did shit, if you ain't never experienced nothing, what can you speak on? So that's what I mean when I say, bro, 2026 is the year of revelation. It's the year of authenticity. I stamped this shit. So whatever happens in 2026, remember I said this shit, bro. I ain't saying this shit to be quoted or nothing, but I'm just saying, like, it's the year of authenticity. It's the year of revelation. It's the year of unfolding. It's the year of growth. It's the year of advancement. It's the year of all these different things, right? Why? Because the world needs that, right? So the world needs you to focus on you, right? The world needs you to save you. The world needs you to be you, right? That's the only way that you can be used by the universe, is to just show up. The only way the universe can put you in position for you to get the touchdown is for you to be you. If you're not playing your position, my nigga, you're not going to score. And that don't mean that you're not going to get to where you're going eventually. But if you keep delaying your progress, if you keep staying in your head and driving yourself crazy, you're going to be the one that loses, right? You're going to be the one that can't get to where you're going. You're going to be the one that's self-sabotaged. It ain't nobody else. It's just you. So you put yourself in a position to advance. Love yourself, right? Do things for the right intention, right? Be around people that really fuck with you and enjoy you. And even if you ain't around nobody, give it patience. Give it time, right? Don't rush it. Don't rush a relationship this year. Don't be in all type of situationships this year, right? Do what the fuck you want to do, but make sure that that's aligned with your goals. Make sure that it's getting you to where you're trying to go. Make sure that it's propelling you. Make sure that it's developing you. Make sure that it's allowing you to be more spiritually and physically and mentally aligned, right? Because that's the only thing that matters, bro. Once again, I say this shit again and again and again. 2026 is the year for revelation. 2026 is the year for authenticity. I'm going to say this shit one more time for the niggas that didn't hear me. 2026 is the year for revelation. 2026 is the year for authenticity. It's time for you, me, everybody, right, to just be their authentic self. And whoever accepts it, respects it. Whoever doesn't. Because at the end of the day, you got to wake up and brush your teeth because your breath stink. You got to wake up and take a shit because you got to take a shit. That doesn't have nothing to do with nobody else. That has everything to do with you. So take your life in your hands, my nigga. Be your authentic self. Laugh, live, love. Nigga, have a heartbreak. Nigga, lose. and go through this thing we call life, because it is very important, because you're here to live and bask it all in. You're here to enjoy all of this good, bad, fantastic voyage, whatever the fuck. All of it. Because that's the point of living life. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I respect y'all. And y'all already know what the count is. I ain't even got to say too much, bro. 2026 isn't your year. 2026 ain't this bullshit. I'm not saying none of them keywords that YouTube want, nigga. 2026 is the year for revelation and authenticity. You take that however you want it. You use that into whatever craft or field or whatever you may be doing, and make it work for you. I love y'all, and I'm out.